NIO. HIMS. JOBY. SRFM. USAS. UABS. HKD. SOAR. WOLF.
Here's how I got my team to use Monday Sales CRM and actually like it. Let me start by saying it's so easy to use that I won them over right away. Onboarding was seamless, and now every little detail of our pipeline is in one place. Whether it's legal or sales, everyone can find the smallest details within a few seconds. From changing a status to sending an AI-generated mass email, everything is quick and simple. Then, my team saw how drag and droppable it was, and they got right to work. Colors were flying and columns were zooming, and not one admin request was in sight. We love how customizable it is. It didn't take long before we created amazing dashboards and automations that perfectly fit our cross-company needs. Now that we all get real value from our CRM, we work more efficiently than ever. Monday Sales CRM. Try it. Your team will thank you.
You're troubled, my brother.
I failed. Did everything I set out to do.
What have they done to you? I know that one of you will betray me.
Would you prefer to walk behind me?
No. We'll walk together.
I came to understand that the way of God is the way of love.
She says she saw him in the flesh.
Do you think I'm lying?
I will never pay for what I've done. Redemption is open to us all.
You can't just follow my words. You have to leave it.
SOAR. SIG. JOBY. SIG.
KAPA. PSQH. ZONE.
ZONE. ZONE. SOAR.
Tesla headline this morning. So, CEG taco most people's headline.
Obi being one of the more emotional people that you will find, I'm surprised there isn't a hole in the wall. Okay, it's a minor beef, but like, I thought there was going to be a hole in the wall the day that I left. It's like, yeah,
there still is no
and
hole
there's still no hole in that wall. There's been no Kool-Aid
taking down that wall.
Well, I mean, we could solve that problem in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, I think that would create a bigger problem, right?
Well,
there's some electrical and stuff like that, a big pipe in the way.
Yeah, well, these things happen.
The trip was well, I heard. Good weather, you were saying?
Budapest was amazing. The weather was perfect, and I was telling Sean, like, there was one, like the Saturday was like the hottest day that we were there. It got pretty hot, but every other day was that perfect walking weather, great city. I'll throw some pictures up for you guys at some point later when we get into things. But yeah, like it's good to get away. But what's crazy is I come back, and I'm like, oh my goodness, all-time highs here. And obviously we'll talk about Constellation. Like, we're just looking at Robin Hood. Like, that continues to be an absolute moon to the upside. These nuclear names are still going. The quantum, I wasn't here yesterday, the quantum names went again. So it seems like it's more of the same. Like, it's still pretty bullish.
Yeah, the market. I mean, we've been in a bull market for a minute. Even Tesla's been up and down. NVIDIA's kind of back to where we were at the report here. We'll wait to see what happens around this 138, 137 mark. But yeah, then the Blue Jays swept the A's. They've been playing well. There's the taco trade. You heard about that? Taco stands for Trump.
Taco.
Yeah. What does it stand for again? Oh yeah, Trump always chickens out. So that's the taco trade. Yeah, someone just put a taco in the chat and we forgot.
Don't be rude.
Yeah, because every time there's a tariff, bad tariff news, you're supposed to buy.
Okay.
Because he'll, just like we saw yesterday, extension again after market to August 31st.
I like
for
it.
some Chinese components. So it's always like whenever he starts tough, it works out to be a chicken. But I don't know if that's true. I'm just letting you know that's what it is.
It is.
Oh yeah, it's also Taco Tuesday. I said we'd get some tacos around here at some point. So.
I would be down with tacos. I had a lot of schnitzel.
Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah. The schnitzel. Wow, the schnitzels probably might be better than.
It was out of control good. And the new thing is my daughter, and this is so completely random. My daughter is all of a sudden into handball. It's a story about so we were going out. Usually we just sort of do whatever. Like we'll end up at a certain place, and we'd done. I forget where we were in the day. Like whatever. We gone to like maybe did the Citadel or whatever it was, and we're coming back on the metro. And we're always trying to find like where we're gonna eat dinner. So my wife is looking up. She's like, oh, she finds a restaurant in a hotel.
Right.
So we just kind of we just walk into this hotel. We're in the lobby, like eating, and there's these signs all around. It's like handball? EHF or something. So it's the European Women's Handball like championships, like their premier championship, and they're all staying at the hotel. So there's like players going around. The games are on the TV. So we're watching the game as we're eating, and there's players walking around. She's like, ooh, this is a cool sport. It's actually a really entertaining sport, but now she wants to play handball, which there's no handball in Canada. Well, I don't think so. It's a cool sport, though.
I know Randy doesn't have any opinions on handball, so.
So random.
Yeah, that's funny that you were standing at that, you were in that hotel, and it was the handball hotel. All right, yeah, that's great. Good to have you back. Yeah, it was good that Obi had filled in there. I'm not even here Friday, so Obi will be back on the air.
Kearney?
Yeah, she had a tournament there, yeah, up near Downs. First big one of the summer. Okay, yeah. Oh, she was, we played last night in a 4-on-4.
Yeah.
She had a penalty shot. Oh, I'm going to get my wife to send it over immediately.
Joe will be salivating.
Yeah. Penalty shot vid, please. All right, so back into the market. So it's going to be a good one. NVIDIA's already up 0.56% here. The Nasdaq's just hovering around zeros. That should be a lot of fun. And Neil's back in the saddle, so we'll get some more action as far as that is concerned. Obi was very specific on the ones that he was trading. I think yesterday he was only traded NVIDIA. The day before that, maybe it was Tesla or something like that, but we had some good trades. Yesterday, Tesla moved for us, or was it yesterday? It was $13 or $14.
Yeah, that was a huge push.
Yesterday, we had some great ticks yesterday. We had Google up at 170 short. There's a couple bucks off that. We'll see if that can happen again here today. DraftKings got smoked because there was, it's back. Well, did it get to 32 yesterday? I thought it did, yeah. 32 and change yesterday because there was a state of Illinois is putting a 25-cent tax on all bets, apparently. They didn't like that. So that was a bad story there for DraftKings.
JOBY.
A little bit today, but relatively flat. And then, of course, man, it's great to see SMR. Great to see all these other names really starting to blast higher here with that Constellation deal. I mean, sort of high tide lifts all ships, right? And so there it is right there, up to 344. Everybody we've talked to, you know, this was always the best of breed, and it just continues to make new moves here. And that deal with Meta, I guess, normally when there's a deal sometimes, well, it's not an acquiring deal or anything like that. So I wanted to see what Meta was going to do today. Flat with the market. So Meta, huge retracement back up for Meta too. Wow. Some of these V-shaped recoveries that we've seen over the last month and a half has been quite outstanding. Yeah, okay, there it is, man. Glad to have you back. It should be a good day. I don't know if we have Trade the Pool coming through, Mitch, or anything today, but if we do, that would be good as well. NASDAQ just making a little bit of a move down here. So we'll see what we do today, but kind of, I don't really have a bias one way or the other yet. So.
It's hard to, like, it's, I don't know, like, there's lots of continuation ideas out there, because like you look at what happened in yesterday's trade, and it's like things are just breaking out top, right? So the quant names were breaking out, and now the nuclear names are breaking out.
JOBY.
Meta, wow. I hadn't even taken too good of a look at this one, but the action yesterday, like off of the open, my goodness. And then for it to, when a stock pulls back like that, usually, okay, well, you know, it's going to be a boring day. And then it broke back out. The reversion of the reversion, as I know Obi likes to call it. And I know it's flat in here. Oops, oh, that's right, I had to fix the chart, so I'll do that. The reversion back in, and now all of a sudden you're finally breaking the level that I left as resistance at 660, which is kind of cool for this to be breaking out. But not everything, because Apple doesn't look as good, and Google still looks kind of meh out of the Mag 7, unfortunately.
Yeah, up to 170 was pretty good. Got to 174 or so. Okay, let's go. I bought some more Amazon yesterday, actually. That was
Memorial Day sale.
Yeah, need to get trade ideas. Grab it right now. 28% off annual plans. Okay, TTV 22, TTV 28. Grab it from Trade Ideas right there. Okay, thank you so much for all the love there, Neil. Everyone's loving that Neil's back, so that is great. And yeah, you thank Obi for that. We'll get ready to rock and roll here into the morning with our watch list, go through some of these ideas and go back to the desk and see what the boys are up to.
Finishing my coffee on SOAR, S-O-A-R. Fill in your own jokes.
ACHR.
Volato Group shares trading higher after the company announced its aircraft trading program delivered $25.1 million in revenue for the first quarter of 2025. So little one, SOAR, which is 1.5 million shares, 6% on the short side as well. Could be a little low float runner here today to keep an eye on. Yeah, we are expecting Mitch Hoke from Trade the Pool to come by in a few minutes, see what he's up to on a Tuesday. Again, we do get more employment-related data coming up Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday with JOLTS, and then the weekly jobless claim numbers, and then obviously non-farm payrolls coming up on Friday morning, as they always do. The Fed funds tool, I went out late in the day yesterday, went out all the way to the end of the year. We're still kind of hovering around that 2 to 3 cuts. When they're going to start that remains to be seen, because the language that we're still hearing, we are going to get, I think, 2 or 3 different Fed speakers today as well. The language of late, the past couple of days anyway, still seems to be on the very, very cautious side.
Yeah, and like we're now kicking down the can to September.
Yeah.
September and possibly December, a lot of people talking about, so we'll have to wait and see. There was a secret meeting that we didn't know about last week between Donald Trump and Jerome Powell in the Oval Office. We didn't know about that ahead of time. Interesting to see. I would have been nice to be a fly on the wall there to see exactly what they were talking about. Obviously, Donald Trump's been pressuring Jerome Powell to cut rates, which he has resisted. So we'll continue to keep an eye out on that, Brendo. I think some of the numbers this week could kind of set the stage for what we may get. We've been waiting for some weakness in the employment market as a result of tariffs, which still haven't come.
Yeah.
So either there's a delayed response, or they're not going to come. So let's wait and see what the Fed does.
And this is, kind of looking similar to what happened last year at this time as well. Remember, there was the 7 at one point that we were going to get, or 8, I think, at one point even. And then that got dwindled all the way down to 2 or 3, when all was said and done. So things change very, very quickly. But 10-year back to 4.4, 4.5, 30-year was flirting with 5. at the end of the day yesterday as well. So it's still a problem.
And people are talking about the 10-year being manageable here. Yeah. What really is interesting and what I don't think the Fed can control is the 30-year. And that's the longer dated. We saw the week 20-year, the TLT, the 20-year auction that was not well received a couple weeks ago. So a lot of people talking about the longer end of the yield, Brendo, causing a bit of a problem. But the 10-year should be under control. Obviously, it's pegged to mortgages and pegged to other things.
Yeah, the market not buying the story at this point. We're just trying to get Mitch set up here, guys. But just from a high-level standpoint, market in a very, very interesting spot here. Just 3-4% really from all-time highs, but as we've been saying, kind of waiting for that next catalyst. Is it going to be non-farm payrolls? Is it going to be some sort of Trump, China, some sort of deal that comes across? Remains to be seen, obviously. Thoughts here, guys, on the high-level look right now?
Yeah, I just heard something about Google shares dropping.
I gotta turn that up.
Yeah, it looks like. Shoot, I didn't hear the exact headline here, but looks like Google heading to the downside pretty heavily. A couple of points already, $2 down. Maybe they'll repeat it here, but not a good look. Well, I was about to talk about how the Qs were at a resistance level and not really doing much of anything because maybe we were waiting for some positive tariff headlines here, but yeah, it looks like Google is taking it a little bit on the chin. All I was able to catch was perplexity. I had to turn my earpiece for the news. It was like way down.
Yeah, I didn't even have it up.
So I didn't even hear that. But not a good look early on here for Alphabet. It did take the markets down a little bit as we were trading off some of the highs just now. Like if you go look at the Qs, which I was gonna mention, like you're in a resistance zone that's been here for a while. I think we can all see this, 520, 523. Like when I left, that was resistance, and it looks like nothing has really changed, those low 20s. So for now, you're at least holding the line up at a resistance zone, but that is not necessarily a good start for us here if Alphabet's going to be dropping off. Yeah, holding down at 166.5, 1.5%. And look, the market was flat, and this was flat as well. But we were talking just a couple minutes ago, like, some things not looking as good as others on the charts. Like Meta looked fantastic there, but yeah, some weakness still coming in to Alphabet. I'm going to have to probably add this one to the list because it's breaking the double bottom from Friday. And yeah, I mean, this is a flat bottom break too at 167.5 here on Alphabet. I think this is going to be if it bounces, play the short back into 167.5. Not a great look here. The market was starting out nice and flat, but here's the dipsy deal. We were just talking about how bullish it was, and all of a sudden you get that.
Okay, here we go. So here we go. Ready, Joe, for this? All right, so this is just last night. This is just 4 out of 4 quick little pickup. So here we go. I actually have a slow motion one as well. So it's just
undressed.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I have one more here to show you. This is the slow motion version of it. Slow motion loading also. Here we go. Here we go, Joe. What? There's the one way. Boom, get the goalie.
Oops.
And then there it goes. So that was pretty good there. Anyways, that was your only goal. So I was. Yeah, but there it goes. 165 right now to the downside. I mean, we're gonna have to figure out what this move is happening right here with Google because, yeah, it's really starting to affect the name. It's not really doing too much of the market. Obviously, we talked about Google and its positioning there in the NASDAQ. If you add Google and Google, then you'll get a big part of that NASDAQ. But there it is to the downside right now. So, yeah, not great here for Google. Did you guys have the news up there?
I still can't see it.
Okay, yeah, let's go over to Brendo.
Yeah, keeping an eye out, guys. There's nothing yet on Google. We'll keep an eye out. Just hearing a lot of people talking about the fact that it is down and continuing to move to the downside. But in the meantime, as we mentioned, Mitch Hope from Trade the Pool coming by to give us his take on a pretty interesting market setup here so far this morning, Mitch. We're just, as we were saying there, Google kind of jumping off the cliff a little bit. Not seeing any sort of headline as far as what this could be as of yet, but maybe we start with Google in general.
Yeah, Google, it has to, if it's doing this type of move, it has to be the DOJ concerns, right? The court case coming to an end, and maybe we're going to get a verdict pretty soon. I think at this point, you just continue to watch to see what happens. Google's out of favor here. You got to stay with what's in favor right now. This is a stock picker's environment, right? This is going to be very important as we get closer and closer to all-time highs. There's going to be less and less stocks that are making new highs, yet the market's going to continue going higher. This is what I would be watching for right now. I think it's very important to look for that. You'll see that there's less stocks making those all-time highs. You can do an easy search like on like BinViz, a free resource, or things like that to try to find it.
I noted at the end of the day yesterday, coming off the back of what happened last week with NVIDIA earnings, lots of major events for the overall market, volume seemed a little bit on the light side. This is just a little one I was watching earlier this morning. CRDO had some news after the close yesterday, but volume seemed a little bit lighter to start the week on Monday. We'll obviously see how things play out going into the rest of today and the rest of this week ahead and on-farm on Friday. But give me your thoughts here on the lack of maybe any sort of major catalyst for the rest of this week.
Yeah, I think that's the important part. The only thing that I would be looking towards that could put a scare is maybe the jobs number on Friday, right? Unemployment data coming in. But other than that, I still see this kind of just stair step higher to all-time highs. I still think we're going to run into some problems at some point, but right now this market just seems like it wants to get back up there. And when the market just wants to continue lifting off, just like it did in the pandemic, a lot of people can hate the move, but it's still happening. So at this point, I'm just riding the trend higher and continuing to ride swings until things start to break. I got a swing on right now in nuclear stocks. I mean, you guys know I've been all over these nuclear names. I actually started to bring it up here in September of 2024, and it's just been an awesome trade.
Yeah, let's talk about a few individual names here. I mean, we mentioned that CEG deal going back to the beginning of the morning here, but which ones are catching your eye on the nuclear side?
I got it here, guys. I got a swing trade plan for you guys here, and if you guys show my charts right now, I can give you guys the trade that I have on right now. So I have NNE that I have on trade the pool long from 29.95. Got this yesterday, looking for the move higher. Why? This is just a 9 EMA pullback daily buy, right? So you get a good trend, a good catalyst, the stock rockets up. It gets a couple of days pulled back. It undercuts like it did
JOBY. ACHR. JOBY. ACHR. JOBY. 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 JOBY.
Protect your wealth by spending physical gold, not paper money that grows weaker by the second, on a card that earns
This
you
is
gold
OCC
every
Learning,
time you
a
spend.
self-guided e-learning destination providing practical
We
options.
got a nicer cushion into the opening bell that we're going to be trying with. Alright, so we are up to 537s, 536s. Maybe I could have held that long. I'm noticing my entries for longs are pretty solid, but I'm being a wimp this morning. I'm cutting it way too quickly. So U.S. Senate Republicans are reportedly holding a meeting on reconciliation plans for all GOP senators on Wednesday afternoon, according to Punchbowl, citing sources. It's the micro NASDAQ, Rex. What's up, Tiny? Will quantitative easing come, and will we see alt season? I'm not sure.
American Rebel Holdings announcing American Rebel Light Beer's initial expansion into 62 Total Wine and more locations. America's largest independent alcohol retailer, that is AREB. Alpha Romeo Echo Bravo.
All right, so now we're ripping up. We're at 545
AREB.
right now. Just broke highs of the day for the NASDAQ here, 545. So we've got 25
AREB.
minutes left.
AREB.
AREB.
PL Planet Labs expands contract with Welsh government for enhanced land and natural resource management. That's Papa Lima.
AREB.
Nicely green though. We made some money, so that's good. Is crypto popping up? Yeah, I saw some good crypto news earlier regarding South Korea's president.
RIOT, right?
Crypto's kind
Platform
of down.
sold
You gotta wonder
500
whether
Bitcoin in
crypto
May,
has found a
1
bottom
million
here though.
Oscar
Like,
Tango.
so here's Bitcoin.
NAK.
MCTR.
KPRX.
So here's Bitcoin, but if you look at a 15-minute chart, Bitcoin had this decrease from all-time highs, but the last few days it's basically been sideways, like very flat. So you got to wonder if this is a bottom for Bitcoin, or whether we're going to go up short-term or long-term. What do you guys think?
SNAL.
I think either one's possible, but let's see. All right.
NVDA.
Head and shoulders, maybe.
ACHR.
Texas is different than many other states. So Treff, I think you're delayed in the stream, brother. If you're Todd, what's up, dude?
Bloomberg reporting
Yeah, you're
that
Todd. What's up,
NATO
Todd? How you
is
doing, brother?
pushing for a 5-fold boost to
Hope you're doing good, man.
ground-based air defenses.
But it sounds like you're delayed in the stream, brother. Hit the live button next to the play button.
AREB. AREB.
Sailor just bought a bunch of Bitcoin. Did he really?
MCTR. MCTR.
Let me check.
MCTR. MCTR. MCTR.
RSLS.
MCTR.
TRAW.
BPT.
I don't see it regarding Sailor. I don't see it. Maybe I'm not saying it didn't
TRAW.
happen, but I don't see it yet. No, you're good, Todd. It's all good. I mean, I somewhat agree with you. Like, listen, I live in Texas. I love Texas. Okay. No ballot initiatives make it an issue, you know. And I think it's just also kind of hypocritical. Freedom, you know, Texas.
RSLS.
But you can't vote on what you want. You got to let some 80-year-old politician who's out of touch with the world somehow make a ruling on it that you don't agree with. And then you basically just have to do it. But freedom. Texas, guys. Freedom. Dollar General CEO says observing higher trade-in activity from mobile and higher-income customers. I think DG's going to fail.
KPRX.
But he does say that Dollar General is observing higher trade-in activity from middle and higher-income customers. What does that mean, trade-in activity? I'll have to look deeper into that.
RSLS.
705 Bitcoin. Yeah, I saw that news.
HIMZ.
RSLS.
I'm not going to short Tesla, personally. Tesla's too down for me to short it. What I mean by that is if we look at a weekly chart, Tesla was almost at 500. It had this big dip. down to like
HIMS
200.
Hims and
Now it's at
hers
340s.
6120 now. The high Hotel India Michael Sandy.
I got a little FOMO. I didn't buy Tesla way back here
announcing
at 200s.
the acquisition of Zava. That is Hotel India Michael Sandy.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. What is Dollar General talking about? Let me see if
RSLS.
DG's Todd Basso highlighted an increase in trade-in activity from middle and higher customers. Refers to consumers from these
RSLS.
income brackets opting to shop at discount retailers like DG, seeking value amid economic pressures. Where's the proof of this? Okay, this is what I want to understand. Where's the proof? All right, I couldn't imagine high-end customers, meaning like wealthy customers, being like, you know what? Let's not buy it off of Amazon. Instead,
MLGO.
let's get in my car. Let me get in my Bentley and drive to Dollar General. I don't buy it. I don't think this is necessarily true. Maybe it is, though. Let's look at DG. DG had earnings today. The earnings were pretty good for DG, despite my criticisms of them. Up to 107.60.
KPRX.
On good earnings. Still, nonetheless, DG is down pretty significantly over the last year. Down 40%, it looks like, or so. Roughly 41%. So DG is down a lot over the last year. Pretty significant dip. We'll see what happens.
KPRX.
HIMZ.
KPRX.
My source came from eToro.
MMA.
Yeah, well, that news came
AREB.
out yesterday, Sam. I think. I'm pretty sure.
Got safety protocols? Grainger has the Safety Pros
I
2
like
call.
pawn shops.
Shop our
Almost
vast
open to
inventory of
pawn
safety
shops.
products
Here,
at
tell me.
Grainger.com. Call, click, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There is so many enemies on the left, but I need more troops to take them out. Let's turn this -8 into +4. Okay, this should definitely help me get the job done. Nice, I'm mowing them down now.
Dollar General CEO also said expects tariffs to result in some price increases as a last resort. All right, let me start. I gotta build. Hold on. There to go.
AREB. 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 NIVF.
HIMZ.
NIVF. NIVF.
All right, guys. So
AREB. NIVF.
yeah, we got the job report going live. I'm trying to get the stream ready for this now.
NIVF. AREB. RSLS.
Yes, we got a job report right now.
RSLS.
About an hour, 45 minutes.
Agan. Agan. Cold. NIVF.
Alright, so that should be good. Alright, so we're getting this little dip
NIVF.
here. I kind of want to buy this dip, but I think I'm going to wait.
NIVF.
You know, I talked about this yesterday, bro, but I get people that message me. And, like, I told people I wouldn't offer a
NIVF.
course. Like, I'm not going to sell a course. I'm not going to sell it. Like, you know what I mean? But I get people that email me.
MCTR.
And they email me and they act like they're like, hey, if you join with us, we can help you sell a course. It's like, dude, if I was gonna sell a course, like, I'd join your thing and sell your course and let you profit 30% off of my course. Like, get out of here, bro. Of course I'm not doing that. Same thing with, like, hey, you want to monetize your YouTube channel? Like, it's not already monetized. Like, I'm just gonna give you 30% randomly. The audacity of people.
MCTR.
All right, so we should have a jobs report one, I think, right? Jobs report.
NIVF. ONDS.
MCTR. MCTR. DDC.
SOAR.
All right, maybe I should have bought this dip that I was interested in. We'll see.
SOAR.
I don't think I'm gonna sell courses. I've kind of backed myself into a move. And again, I'd rather just not have that pressure on me. Any news on Boeing?
CRDO.
Is Boeing moving? Boeing's up a lot today. There might be some news on it.
MCTR. MCTR.
REBB.
I don't see any breaking news on it.
MCTR. MCTR. EVAX.
All right, chat. 14 minutes until the market opens. We'll see if we get anything good.
TRAW.
DDC.
MULN. Big spread.
MCTR.
RSLS.
Yeah, I was thinking about buying this little guy, this little dip right here.
MCTR.
Where's gold at? I'm sure gold's going down.
MCTR. MCTR. MCTR.
Letter F
Dixie's
Ford,
down a little bit.
total
Gold might be
May,
up. Here's the
US
10-year
vehicle
Treasury.
sales.
MCTR.
Look at right now. Hold on.
16% electrified vehicle sales of 29,000.
So the 10-year Treasury obviously
units.
opened up
That's
down
letter
like we
F
covered this
Ford.
morning, but it bounced back up to 4.43%. It's now back down to 4.42%. So bond yield's decreasing a little bit as time goes on. Ford for May, U.S. total vehicle sales were up 16%, and U.S. EV sales at 29,442 units.
NAK.
Why didn't they give the percentage on EV sales? But this news just came out for Ford.
EVAX, a vaccine awarded grant from Gates Foundation for new polio vaccine. Echo Victor Alpha
RSLS.
Trey, EVAX.
TRAW. RSLS.
Boeing is solid. Yeah, maybe. Alibaba's up. If we take a look at Baba,
AREB.
it's green today. Maybe the postponement of the tariffs on Chinese goods until August news is causing
REBB.
Alibaba, a Chinese company, wholesale company, to increase.
CETX.
CRDO.
TYL, Tyler Technology, secures deal with Kenosha, Wisconsin for integrated public administration solutions.
Oh no, dude.
That's Tango Yankee Lima.
Okay, no. Okay, good. I thought I heard a trash can outside. I was gonna panic. We got so much trash right now. I blame Carol. She buys too much stuff. I love her, but she buys way too much stuff.
HIMS.
HIMS, hims and hers.
No, there's no such thing as single
Continue
stock
to spike
futures,
here now,
StockX.
62.21.
Draw.
Yeah, if I miss the trash drop, we're going to have problems over here in my household. I'm definitely getting yelled at.
NIVF. NIVF.
Forgetting trash day is the worst, dude. It really is. All right, looking at our poll numbers here. I'm going to end this poll. We're going to pivot to the Jolts poll if we can.
SUGP.
NIVF.
I blame Amazon, dude. Amazon's so addicting. Like, we just got packages coming to our house. And they're nonsense packages, too. If anybody ever tried to steal our packages, they would get the most useless things anybody ever needs. Or doesn't need, I should say. And so, don't steal our stuff, because it's not going to be anything good, I promise. You're going to get, like, a cheap scarf. Or, like, some super weird connector piece for electronics that you'll never need.
NIVF.
Anyways, Nasdaq's pushing up, testing highs of the day. We're at 445s, 545s. I mean, well, Jolt's job openings come in higher or lower than the, what is it, 7.11 expected? Higher. We're gonna do a poll right now. Lower. I don't know. See results. Vote on the poll. Let me know how you feel. Will Jolts come in higher or lower than the 7.11 million expected number here? It's expected today at 7.11 million.
CBAT, CBAC Energy secures $3 million order from LiveGuard, boosting strategic partnership in India. Charlie Bravo Alpha Tango, CBAT.
REKR.
That's Charlie Bravo Alpha Tango. BLNK, Wireless Car, Blink, and ChargeUp collaborate to launch seamless charging
Draw.
pilot program across North America. That's BLNK.
RSLS.
All right, chat. So we're at 21.543s. NVIDIA at 138.20s here, 148.20s. All right, so I'm seeing some news. I don't know if this is true. It says the SEC dropped the case against Binance. VanEck files for spot Bitcoin. Their spot ETF for BNB, which is Binance Coin. Chain hits 178 billion volume in May. Kramer says, "Are you watching this?" and then doesn't say anything. Kramer? What are you doing, bro?
TSHA.
Are you guys seeing this? Question mark. Nasdaq's ripping up. Maybe he's talking about the Nasdaq, but I don't think Kramer looking at the Nasdaq breaking highs is a good move. He needs to turn the other way. Yeah, we got a nice little rip over highs.
RSLS. RSLS. Draw.
All right, Chad, we got 6 minutes left till the market opens. We're waiting for the opening bell to trade. We got a small cushion on the day. I'll take it. Green is good. We were green yesterday as well.
KPRX. KPRX.
All right, look at this pullback here. Do I want to buy it?
OKLO.
I'll buy one contract here, maybe two. Nice little retracement back up. Let's rebound here. We're flat.
KPRX.
Well, let's rebound back up here. We got this big dip after breaking highs.
NIVF.
Flat. Go green. Now we're green. Maybe I should have added to it back there. I just want to see if it retraces halfway up and I make a quick little...
DNN.
It's about halfway.
NIVF.
I'm going to hold the rest break even.
NIVF.
LVGJ.
NIVF.
Alright, I'm just going to take that. We made, like, the entry was good enough. I'm worried it's going to fill this downwick here. Very quick little trade. I'm just trying to build some profit into the opening bell, which we did. I was worried it's going to fill this gap back down, which is alright. I can't hold it for the next 4 minutes. I'm not going to hold it through the opening bell, so we'll take a little bitty baby profit there. Maybe. Yeah, we'll see.
ALXL.
NIVF. NIVF. NIVF.
Google's been pretty volatile here. Went down a lot to 167 and then back up to 169 this morning, so it's been a little volatile.
RSLS.
Yeah, we're about to head into the opening bell. We got 3 minutes left. Hit the live button next to the play button. Make sure you're fully caught up on stream chat. We appreciate it.
FTHM. Mirror.
NIVF. NIVF. NIVF.
ONDS.
NIVF.
DLTH. ADUR.
Hold on, I gotta mute this music for a second. Okay, we're back.
OFAL.
Joby.
Alright, we got 1 minute left, chat. 1 minute.
ARED.
Yeah, that might be what's going on, Pawn. I don't know what's going to happen at the opening bell. We'll see.
FTHM.
We got Apple and NVIDIA up on the right side. If you want me to put something else up, speak. Let me know.
FTHM. ACRV. Beam. HTRDO.
FTHM.
LUNR. FTHM. FTHM.
FTHM.
Visa? Yeah.
CRDO.
Jolts is at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Actually, let me put a timer up for that. We have 10
NIVF.
seconds, really about 5 seconds left. So here's the opening bell, guys, but I'll put a timer up just to wait.
REVB.
All right, there's the bell. Let's see if we get anything good.
RSLS.
Here's the timer for Jolts.
CTOR.
NASDAQ ripped up at the opening bell, guys. Look at this, 560, 570s, 575s.
RSLS.
NVIDIA pushing up to 139s, almost 140s here. We also have Apple pushing up with us at 202s here. But look at the NASDAQ up to almost 600, 21.6, I mean.
KPRX.
So markets are moving pretty quickly here on the upside.
NIVF.
Big green candle for Apple. Look at Apple shoot up.
30 seconds to the U.S. market open.
Google's ripping higher as well. Looks good.
REKR.
Big green candle at the opening bell. Wow.
NIVF.
Amazon rip it up.
NIVF.
Very big green action at the open. We got a small cushion on the day, but I'm going to let the first 5 or 10 minutes play out first before we start taking trades.
ACHR.
REVB.
FTHM.
MCTR. SPRO. IHD. ARANY.
PLBC, Plymouth Bancorp and Cornerstone Community Bancorp.
We ripped up at the opening bell. and
Announced
now we're kinda
shareholder
dipping
approval
down
for
a
merger
little bit here.
completion expected in July 2025. That is PLBC.
Amazon's flying up too. Amazon hit 209s. See, we're starting to see some contractions though in like Nvidia here and there. Look at the market dip. Apple's still strong though. AMD turning down though, so microchips.
LTRY.
TOBS, TTNP, REKR, UABS,
REVB.
DG, MCTR,
NIVF.
PSQH.
All right, Google coming down. It's at 168.
Dow Jones Industrial Average down 23.48 after the
IMNN.
open. NASDAQ is up 63.25. S&P 500 is up
VHR.
5.45 after the open.
HL,
IMNN.
MCTR, IRST.
Yeah, so a big turnaround here. A lot of green at the opening bell. Now we're getting red.
VHR.
We are only about 3 minutes into the day. but I'm gonna
FMST, SBET, XTIA,
SBET.
MCTR, MCTR,
We're gonna look at this opening range here. To the
UABS,
top, to the bottom here.
HIMS, Hims and Hers,
SBET.
getting another pop here.
Watch the spread.
Move around this.
IMNN, SATL,
LTRY.
MLTX, DG, RBBN,
IMNN.
LTRY, FMST, KPRX,
LTRY.
I'm gonna short this real quick, very short term. It's a little bit after the opening bell that I don't usually trade this fast after the bell, but we'll
LTRY.
give it a second.
FMST, YGMZ, again,
NIVF.
PSN,
I'm probably trading a little bit too close to the bell here. I'm gonna reduce my
NIVF.
size about half. And then we're
RSLS.
gonna wait. We're still slightly green on the day, but not by much.
NIVF,
See if we can break down some more here.
NIVF,
There
NIVF.
goes better.
NIVF, 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 again, ANRO,
NIVF.
Give it a second.
$65 now on Hims and Hers.
There we go. Nice.
Again.
I'm gonna go ahead and cut it right there at the bottom of the range.
RITR,
OGEN halted on a circuit breaker.
Soar.
Oscar Golf Echo November, $5.96, trading on a reverse split.
RBBN,
All right. Yeah, remember, in 25 minutes, we got the Jolts job opening report. So we're having a hard time breaking underneath some of these levels here, but Apple looks kind of weak now, to be honest. So I'm still gonna look for maybe a short.
NAK.
If we get a bounce. Alright, we're short. See if we can break down some more.
NIVF.
A decent little cushion here. It's still pretty close to the opening bell. But
NIVF.
I want to add to this. But
NIVF.
Okay, we're gonna cut that right there.
NIVF.
Kind of micro scalping it, but that's good enough. We might keep breaking down.
NAK. RBBN. INM. Beak. INTOS.
INM.
YGMZ.
HIMS.
Alright, so my hands are off right now. We're kind of in this point where we've gone a couple sideways candles. Nvidia's starting to rebound back up. It's at 183.50s or so right now. But Apple still looks really weak pattern-wise. So does a couple other major tech stocks as well.
NIVF.
AFRM. DG. URGN.
NIVF.
RBBN. NAK.
RSLS.
FFAI.
YSG.
Kids. RCKT.
SBET. Watch the spread.
MLTX. Beak.
NIVF.
FTV.
INTC Intel share is selling off here. Indian November.
Alright, again, we're kind of sideways now, although Nvidia is back to the bottom of the range here.
Intel, $19.
Apple's rebounding a little bit, but it does look weak still. I don't know if I'm confident enough to be short, but still looking at it.
UOKA. SOAR. DG. SOAR. SOAR.
SOAR.
SOAR. SOAR. SOAR. SOAR.
What's up, Fernando?
NIVF.
Again, we're kind of sideways here. The market might be waiting for jolts in 20 minutes as well. We'll see.
NIVF.
SOAR. RBBN. BSEC. HIMZ. NIVF.
NIVF.
URGN. NIVF. UMAC.
NIVF.
All right, we're sideways after over the last 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. Basically, haven't gone anywhere. Although it does look weak to me. Like I said, I'm not confident enough to short it. But it looks like it's gonna break down. We'll see though.
BW.
With that said, though, we're starting to see some rebounds back and some stuff, but they might just be kind of stair-step downs.
URGN. MCTR. VSCO. UNCY. ONDS. RZLV. NAOV. RITR.
LAES, CLSQ&Y SAT, next satellite launch scheduled for mid-June from California to advance quantum safe space communications.
So we did flush down a little bit. Specifically, Google's down, Amazon is down, Palantir down, a couple other ones.
LTRY.
Again.
Remember, guys, in 20 minutes we got the JOLTS report going live. Just be ready.
RRGB.
LAES, CLSQ, moving on that news. They've got their next satellite launch.
REKR.
That's Alpha Echo Sandy. Shares hitting 355 at the highs, up about 5%. LAES.
TNGX.
PB. RITR. FFAI. BG.
All right, we're back up again. I'm kind of off trading. I don't like the market when it's sideways.
Ogan. Lyra.
Ogan.
REKR. Ogan. 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 LAES. Ogan. CAPR.
Ogan.
RLX. BUZI. CNM. BCAX. INTZ.
All right, so previously the JOLTS job report prior to today showed up at 7.192 million, 7.192.
RITR. RITR. CHGG. BG. RCKT.
NIVF.
All right, so we are rebounding back up. Do I want to short it? I don't know.
GCTS.
So higher JOLTS means more job expansion and economic growth. AMD's rebounding back up. So is Palantir. So is Google.
GCTS.
TNXP. LALR. Kids. PBR. FFAI.
It's a big green candle showing up. Let's see if there's any.
AUTL.
I don't see any catalyst to justify it. It looks like this is mostly driven by like AMD's rise, Palantir's rise, Apple's rise back up, Microsoft maybe.
UNCY.
TNXP.
Amazon's still pretty much down there though. Meta.
SOAR.
Meta's rebounding back up too.
CHGG. RRGB.
NIVF.
200 exponential held pretty well.
Alt.
RR.
AUZI. SBET. ONDS.
SBET. Big spread.
BMGL. FSLR. BMEA.
Bitcoin.
SBET. Big spread.
Bitcoin's back up a little bit.
EWCZ. MFI. SRFM. OSCR.
NIVF.
KYMR.
We're kind of neutral here. I'm waiting. Again, the JOLTS report drops in 16 minutes.
SRFM.
Kids. Kids. CHGG. BYGR.
SBET. Watch the spread.
SBET. STR.
SBET. Watch the spread.
CRBU.
SOAR.
AQN. BMGL. MFI.
SOAR.
EWCZ. DSLR.
All right, very choppy sideways.
UNCY.
RAP. GLE. SBET.
RSLS.
MWYN. BMEA. BNTX.
NIVF.
Got a feeling numbers will be positive at a good employment report. Maybe SBET is up 20% in 15 minutes. Yeah, look at SBET run.
RSLS.
Apple's back up slightly
RSLS.
here. We're seeing some more strength in markets right now. Google's chopping sideways. Palantir's back up, though. AMD's back up. Amazon still down a little bit since the opening bell, but kind of a lot of stuff's trending sideways. I think maybe the closer we get to the JOLTS report,
NIVF.
the closer we get to the JOLTS report, the more sideways choppy it might be.
CLPT. Big spread.
RSLS. 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 KYMR. NTLA. FFAI.
NIVF.
IOX. CAPR. Right.
NIVF.
Again. AUTL. MSTX. Again. UOKA.
Again.
Nvidia broke 139. Yeah, Nvidia got over that. It's pushing the market higher. Again, we're kind of in this middle range that I'm not interested in buying. Here, so I'm trying to wait. I'm trying to be smart and wait. But
NIVF.
HIMZ. UHG. BMGL. LVWR. PPTA. CRBU. SBET. FFAI.
NIVF.
NXT.
Do I want a long here?
AREB. GLE. GSRT. FTRE. VG.
Again, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Again, you can also check out Top Step if you want to learn to day trade in a structured environment without risking tens of thousands of dollars like most day traders end up doing. If you pass the test, you get a 50K funded account, 100K funded account, 150K funded account, 90% split, and you get to keep your first 10K prior to that split kicking in. It's not super difficult to pass it. It is a test, though, and it builds your skill, and learning to trade in a structured environment like that makes sense. They paid out hundreds of millions, fund thousands. If you use my link, go to Top Step X, you get 0 commissions, as well as 0 PDT rule in the future space. So no PDT rule. Most pro day traders trade futures. Patterns are very similar. You can check them out right there. Great way to help support the channel. Although, again, I'm biased in their favor because I get paid by them. Not an investment professional. Don't copy me. We are pushing towards this. Nvidia's ripping up right now. It's at 139.50s here. Although you can kind of see we're at the top of the range. If we get a dip down to like 70, I might buy it. But I gotta wait for that type of dip here. Maybe we get a even if we get a strong dip, but it doesn't look like we're gonna get one. It's still looking pretty strong. It's breaking highs.
LVWR.
GLE.
Yeah, SO, man. I'm just going to put him in timeout for 24 hours. He's just overwhelmingly negative and argumentative. Like, the only thing he ever says is either arguing with me,
UNCY.
You know, just trying to disagree, it seems, you know. You know, and the issue that I have with him is that, like, he was trying to act like we don't understand
NIVF.
markets and finance, but he didn't understand what on average means. Like, if I say the NASDAQ averages
NIVF.
7 to 10% a year, he says, nah, bro, because the NASDAQ downtrended, you know, in 2008. It's
NIVF.
like, yeah, that's why we say on average, you know, like the NASDAQ averages 7 to 10% a year. So for somebody that doesn't understand averages to be so argumentative and I don't know, man, you know, I wish him the best though. Good day to you, sir. Have a great day.
LVWR.
RSLS.
He just seems upset, man. I feel for him. Like, you know.
RSLS.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so Boeing is the U.S. government's favorite trade talk tool. Boeing's significance is... Looking at some other news.
LVWR.
All right, so we are dipping down. We do have this little dip that I wanted here. Let me see if I can buy this
NIVF.
dip. Here. I'm going to buy this dip. We'll add to it, too. We got a nice cushion on the day. Let's take maybe 4 contracts max into this.
NIVF.
Trying to establish a good position here.
NIVF.
One more. All right, that's it. All right, we're gonna immediately start with taking profit here. There you go. We got the bounce we wanted. All right, we're out.
NIVF.
Up almost 100 on the day. Yeah, no, I saw it.
NIVF.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's kind of like, it's the same people, like, we talked about this the other day, but when you say, hey, in general, well, let me think of a good example of this.
BCAD.
NIVF.
OSCR.
Okay, here's a good example.
GTNP.
If I say in general, people tend to make more as they get older. In general,
NIVF.
generalized. And then somebody says, nah, bro, my grandma's sister's uncle's cousin made less as he got older. It's like, yeah,
NIVF.
they're outliers. We're talking about generalizations here. You know, it's the same thing. It's basically the same thing. So it's like people don't understand what in general means, what on average means.
NIVF.
It doesn't mean every free.
STR. RSLS. CRBU. AQN. Array. BNOM. RITR. RLGT.
RITR.
RITR. RITR. RITR.
RITR.
CRGX. MTNB.
AGMH.
UAVS. VG.
AGMH.
RI. STRH.
AGMH.
AQN. CCCC. SUUN.
DG.
BNOM.
NIVF.
RBBN. Kids. BMEA. PPTA.
NIVF.
RI.
NIVF.
DNUT.
KPRX.
TDUP.
REVB.
Array. ALMU. CNTL.
KPRX.
CNDT. Kirk. EWC.
REVB.
BGCCC. Kids. Bion. BMEA. NTRB.
REKR. RSLS.
RBBN. OLB.
RSLS.
DNUT.
RSLS. RSLS.
AQST.
GERN.
Find.
NIVF.
AREB. Dust.
AREB.
DGUP. FTRE.
NIVF.
AP. CNDT. PPTA.
SBET. Watch the spread.
ENTCZ.
REKR.
AQST. PLRZ. MTNB. MCTR. BG. Array.
REBB.
AREB. PLAG. FTRE. Bion.
LVWR. SBET. Watch the spread. SBET. Watch the spread.
GLE. RBBN.
SBET. Watch the spread.
JXG. IVR.
LVWR.
FCEL. DG.
NIVF.
BG.
URGN.
PPTA. RSLS. SUUN.
SUUN.
RBBN. Find. SUUN. SUUN.
SUUN.
FTRE. CRWB. MCTR. CRNC. FCEL. DG. Array.
TRAW.
Kids. RPAY. IVR.
LAES.
CAPR. GLE. CRWV.
REBB.
Find.
NAK. SUUN.
Lyra. VG.
Lyra.
YGMZ.
NIVF.
MTNV. CRNC.
TRAW.
Coming up, Jolt's job openings for April, 7.11 million expected.
Lyra.
Factory orders
Big spread.
minus 3.1%. Durables X Defense minus 7.5%.
NIVF.
Lyra. ONDS.
Lyra.
Lyra.
Big spread.
Lyra. CRWV. CRGX.
Lyra.
Lyra. AXTI.
Lyra.
Lyra.
Big spread.
Lyra. 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 Lyra.
Big spread.
GPRK.
Lyra. Big spread.
7.391 million for Jolt's job openings, higher than the 7.11 million expected. Factory orders minus 3.7%, more than the minus 3.1%
NIVF.
expected. Durables X Defense minus 7.5% in line. S&P
Lyra.
futures seeing a small
Big spread.
pop here following the 10 a.m. data.
Lyra.
Lyra. Watch the spread.
REKR.
Lyra. Watch the spread.
CGEN. AQST. VG.
Lyra. Big spread.
FTRE. HKP.
Lyra.
MCTR. TGLY.
Agan.
OMS. IVR.
Agan.
AQN. EYEN. CRNC. CNDT. PLRX. RPAY.
UNCY.
MCTR. REKR.
REKR.
Find. MFI.
UNCY.
Lyra. Lyra. MCTR. CGEN. CGEN. MCTR. ALMU.
REVB.
Lyra. Lyra. BAK.
ESPR.
CRNC. BTRK. Lyra.
STR.
TRE. NVDL.
STR.
AQN. CRNC. GCC.
STR.
CNDT. PSQH.
STR.
NBDU. FCEL. ALZN.
STR. STR.
BMEA.
NIVF.
CRNC. GPRK.
LAES. Lyra.
CGEN.
Lyra.
CRNC. IBBD. ALZN.
Lyra. Big spread.
PLRX. CCCS. CRNC.
Lyra.
HKPD. CGEN. CGEN.
RSLS. BMEA.
FCEL. IBBD. CRNC. INHD.
NIVF.
SGNL. WU.
IBBD.
AQST. PLRX.
IBBD.
IBBD.
GRYP.
MFI. Gyre. FCEL. SEB. BTM.
AREB. NIVF.
Math. CCCC.
NIVF.
MCTR. PPTA. ADCT. Prop. MCTR. 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 MCTR.
BW. BMEA.
MTNB. KISS.
Lyra. Big spread.
BMEA. EYEN. ADCT. MTNB. RLGT.
MTNB.
OMS.
BMEA.
MTNB. 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 MTNB.
MTNB.
Crop.
MTNB. MTNB.
MTNB. MTNB.
Are you looking to start your own business? Well, look no further than busy.com. Right now, we'll complete your LLC.
Futures down 75. NASDAQ is up 52. Crude is up 87 cents now at 63.40. Natural gas down 3 cents at $3.67. Gold is down 33.50 at 33.63.70. Bitcoin futures up 845 at 105,840.
ADCT.
Coming up after the close, earnings from CRWD,
MTNB.
CrowdStrike Holdings, HPE, Hewlett-Packard. Fed's Goolsby at 12:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Fed's Cook at 1 p.m. and Fed's Logan at 3:30. API weekly crude and gasoline stocks at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
MTNB. 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 CS.
Lyra. SOAR.
PPTA. HURA.
BW. MTNB.
ADCT.
BW.
Kids, 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 kids.
MTNB.
Kids,
MTNB.
kids. EYGR. CS. CRWB. NXE.
RR.
Kids. Right.
NIVF. NIVF.
ADCTL. U.
SMR.
Kids. Kids.